Yo, I'm Bob. Totally blind since birth into Star Wars, talking about Season 3, Episode 5 of The Mandalorian on Disney Plus. 21st chapter of the show overall. Spoilers ahead, watch it before listening to my thoughts. Jumping right in, and you were warned. So, this one's called The Pirate, and it is all about pirates. This is, since I said there were spoilers, the second and last appearance of Pirate King Gorian Shard. And I wasn't expecting to see him again so soon in The Mandalorian. I did think we were going to see him at some point this season, but wow, it was quite sooner than I expected. I wasn't expecting him to go out as fast as he did. So he has come back to Navarro and he is retaliating against Grief Karga because of the humiliation his crew members suffered in the season 3 premiere. So he's raining down fire on Navarro. You've got Carl Weathers, who plays Grief Karga. He's sending out a message to the New Republic requesting aid. And I like the appearance of Adelphi after the intro rocks. We get to see the character of Carson Teva, played by Paul Sun-Hyung Lee here. I liked him in season 2 of The Mandalorian. I also really liked seeing him in Book of Boba Fett. He feels like he stepped out of an expanded universe novel, say something from the X-Wing series. He feels like he could fit seamlessly into Rogue or Wraith Squadron. For those of you who haven't read the X-Wing series penned by Michael A. Stackpole and Aaron Alston, I highly recommend those books. Quite a fun read there. But yeah, even though Teva is an Adelphi Ranger, he really would look good in Rogue or Wraith Squadron. And I like how he gets to interact with a certain Lasat. Yes, the audio description track pointed out the Lasat. They didn't mention him by name, but come on. Even before he spoke and the narrator pointed him out, I was thinking, yeah, this has got to be Zeb. And when Steve Blum's voice came out of that Lasat's mouth, yes, indeed, I was 100% certain that that was Zeb from Star Wars Rebels. Pretty cool little scene there. I wonder who we're going to be seeing next in terms of Rebels characters appearing in live action. I like the stuff pertaining to the New Republic in this episode. I think it was an Imperial in, I want to say, an X-Wing series novel. Maybe Isane Isard, who mentioned that the New Republic can't just jump into action anymore. Yeah, I mean, this did take place in Legends, but this also matters in canonical events too, because you have Teva going to Coruscant. He's trying to tell Tuttle, played by Tim Meadows, that the people of Navarro need assistance. And you've got this guy like, well, they're not part of the New Republic. That's not good. I like seeing Kane again, played by Katee O'Brien. She's quite attentive here, and I like how Carson, he's very suspicious of this character. Carson is the type of character who calls it like he sees it, and he lets her know that he is quite suspicious of her as she's talking about, well, maybe they need to suffer because they're not part of the New Republic. Maybe this will make them join. He's like, nah, that's a very Imperial way of thinking. And I like how he's making these connections between the pirates attacking Navarro as well as Gideon attacking Navarro. And he does mention that he knows about rumors pertaining to Gideon not having made it to trial and having escaped. And he's trying to let everybody know, yo, the Empire is rising again. And by the time you guys do something other than filling out forms and paperwork, it's going to be too late. And then he's got to go and seek aid from the Mandalorians. And when he gets there and they ask him how he's found them, he does mention that fortunately there's someone that he served with in the rebellion who's also in the ranks of the Mandalorians. And I immediately thought of Sabine Wren. I don't know if that's who this is supposed to be. Could be someone else entirely, but we saw Zeb in this episode, and my mind definitely went to the character of Sabine. But we get to see a really cool battle on Navarro because the Mandalorians do decide to help out. I liked how Din was doing a lot of the work in the skies, as well as the character of Bo-Katan. played by Katee Sackhoff. So they're in their respective fighters. I really want that gauntlet to be a part of the vintage collection, by the way. I know I mentioned that in another video, but it is one cool ship. And I wish I could take the pirates in Star Wars seriously, but they're, I don't know. To me, they're kind of a bunch of morons. Here come a bunch of Mandalorians, and they're overestimating their chances, as it were, and they just don't fare very well at all. You have Bo-Katan, who is a pretty savvy strategist, and they've come up with a battle plan. And, they really do win the day. I like the action on the ground. You've got Mandalorians utilizing their lariats. You've got Paz Vizsla there, taking out a bunch of folks with his heavy-duty blaster there. I liked the armorer, played by Emily Swallow. She's doing a lot of damage with her hammer and tongs. We get to see her wielding those tools again. She's got to take out this one Trandoshan sniper, according to the audio description. And he gets a gravity hammer to the face. I love that scene quite a bit. And poor Gorian Shard, he just didn't make it as a Star Wars baddie. He kept running his mouth. He was full of himself. Yeah, even though some of his boys finally did get to drink in a school, he went down with his ship there at the end of the big battle. But it was a pretty cool action scene. I think it was one of my favorites in Season 3. Just Mandos being Mandos. Let's see. So, after the battle, we have Din, who takes Grief Karga up on his offer pertaining to that tract of land from the Season 3 premiere. And so you have the Mandalorians leaving that monster-laden, unidentified planet, and, well, I mean, they're not greener pastures because they're lava flats and whatnot, but I guess they're going to be able to sleep easier on the Varro because now they don't have to deal with raptor attacks and dinosaur turtle attacks. And, they've got it a little easier than they did on that unidentified lake planet there. So, you got the Mandos and the people of Navarro, and they're all happy because the day is won and the pirate scourge has been dealt with. I don't know about the armorer, though. She has Bo-Katan with her in the old covert hideout there in the sewers. And we have that scene where she's telling Bo to remove her helmet and that she walks in both worlds and that all Mandalorians need to walk the way. They all need to follow that one path. And to me, that sounds a bit culty. I'm hoping that the armorer is on the straight and narrow. I'm hoping she is going to be a protagonist rather than turning out to be an antagonist. I don't know. You know what they say about the road to hell being paved with good intentions. I'm not really sure about that, but Bo's going to have to go and enlist the aid of other Mandalorians because now they're wanting to retake Mandalore there at the end of the episode. So she's going to be off, I would imagine, doing this for a couple episodes. That one scene at the end, I was thinking Carson Teva was going to bite the big one because he finds that derelict shuttle in space. I was thinking he was going to fall under attack because of Kane's meddling, but he made it out just fine. They did discover that Gideon had escaped that shuttle. He didn't make it to trial. It was an extraction, and apparently he was saved by Mandalorians. I don't know how to feel about that. I am wondering if Gideon is planting evidence to suggest the Mandalorians are not necessarily as on the straight and narrow as the New Republic would like them to believe, because Gideon, I think he's all about sowing distrust, and it's one way to soften the New Republic up. If he can get the Mandalorians fighting against the New Republic, it kind of gives him opportunity to do other things. And I tend to wonder if Gideon might be Mandalorian himself. He does seem to have quite a range of knowledge about that Darksaber. I don't know if he has a secret faction of Mandos who are doing his bidding who want him to become Mandalore at some point. He might not be Mandalore at all, but it's something that's kind of been flitting in and out of my head over the last couple years when talking about this character. I doubt it'll happen, but I hope Jodo Cast is one of those Mandos that might be doing Gideon's dirty work. Cast was quite a grim, tough character in Legends, dressed a lot like Boba Fett, and just into all kinds of dirty deeds that Jodo Cast. So maybe Cast will be serving alongside Gideon if he does show up in canon. I'm not really banking on that, but I did really enjoy that action figure back in the day, as well as seeing him in Masters of Terrascasi, the old PS1 Star Wars fighting game. So pretty good episode. I don't know what to expect from the last 3 episodes of the season. I can't believe we're down to 3. I kind of wish this would last as long as Andor, 12 episodes, but I guess we only get 3 left. I haven't heard anything about it lasting longer than 8 episodes. So who knows what's going to happen next. I feel like Carson Teva needs to watch his back because Kane, she don't like him. And when she don't like you, well, you're bound to meet an unfortunate end, I'm guessing. He has crossed her, and I think he is possibly in her sights. So who knows what's going to happen next. Until next time, guys, may the Force be with you.